Nope.
Wow, those are little deer.
They're so tiny. Oh my gosh.
I didn't even see the big one.
Good morning, guys. This is Christy Lewis from Dostoevsky in Space. I'm just doing my hair and makeup. I've been focusing a little better lately on reading and stuff because I started an anxiety medicine and it just really improved my focus, which is exciting. Oh, I forgot one of my makeups. Oh well. So I thought I would do like a chill Sunday reading vlog. I started my day off with some yummy breakfast of oat and sweet potato balls that you bake in the oven, and they get kind of crispy on the outside, but they're like cakey on the inside, and they taste like pumpkin bread. They're so good. And I'll put the recipe down below if you're interested. It's a TikTok recipe. So I haven't been able to really cook lately, so that's why I'm telling you about my food. This will not involve any cooking today because my mother-in-law and my mom have been cooking for me because I'm going through an autoimmune flare and I can't cook. So, but thankfully they are coming over every Monday. They're switching off and cooking for me because I still have to eat healthy. I must be fed. So that's what I had with breakfast along with some granola. It's like a quinoa granola and it's super good. Oh, so this is just my face powder. I usually use like a little bit of the liquidy one because I get a lot of redness and my nose turns really red. I've been doing like twice makeup lately, meaning like a white base and then blush and then big eyelashes. I really love Twice. I think they're just super cute. That's a Korean K-pop group, a girl group, and they just made it big here in America. My mother-in-law asked me if they're like female equivalent of BTS, and I guess I would say that's actually pretty true because for the most part both of them are like good vibes and good feels and happiness and joy. My bangs today are really dumb. I even got them wet and blow dried them, but they're still like, woo! That looks fine, right? This is just a casual vlog. It doesn't have to be perfect makeup. What I've been reading, I've been summarizing chapters in A History of Korea. That's what I'm enjoying doing lately because I've read several chapters in this already, but I wanted to go back and summarize them because I've been watching some videos on reading by R.C. Walden. If you guys are familiar with him, he's really cool. He gave some tips for better reading, more analytical reading, and one of them is chapter summaries, which I actually really like to do anyways, but I just hadn't been doing it in this book, which is silly because I own it. Like, it's mine, I can write in it. And so recently I actually decided as well, when I'm reading a history like of a country or something that just requires a lot of memorization because I don't want to forget what I'm reading, I'm gonna try and buy the books. I don't have to buy every book that I read. In fact, I use the library frequently, but in the case of like a history, I really want to buy it because then I can write in it and highlight in it, and which I've been definitely highlighting. So this is where this morning I've been summarizing chapter 8, which is about Confucianism in the family in the Joseon era of South Korea. That's when Confucianism really became synonymous with the Joseon era in their history. Whereas before that, pre-Joseon dynasty was, I guess you could argue, more authentically Korean. But after that point, Confucianism took over, and so it was really kind of controversial, I guess, for feminist groups in Korea when a lady of this period who was a big proponent of Confucianism, she was put on the 50,000 won bill, I think it was. And so that caused some uproar because feminists were like, why would you choose her? She was like pretty much standing for the oppression of Korean women in Confucianism. So yeah, it's really interesting. I also read I'm going to try and read one poem by Li Po every day for the rest of June for ancientsathon. And it actually started off with a poem by Chufu, which was describing this drunken party that kind of exemplifies the kinds of parties that Li Po was often going to with all these rich patrons and stuff like that. And it was a very, very funny poem. I'll read the beginning for you. Chi-Cheng rides his horse, but reels as on a reeling ship. Should he, blear-eyed, tumble into a well, he would lie in the bottom, fast asleep. Chuyang Prince must have 3 jugfuls ere he goes up to court. How copiously his royal mouth waters as a brewer's cart passes by. It's a pity, he mournfully admits, that he is not the lord of Wine Spring. We're gonna go watch church right now. It's like 10:57. Normally I watch church before now, but because I had designated this as a day of reading, I started the day off with a Korean history and learning about Lee Po a little bit. So I've also been listening to The Girl with Seven Names, which is an audiobook about a North Korean defector that I'm listening to, buddy reading with Penny, and we're both just like blown away by the experiences of this girl trying to escape from North Korea. She escaped into China. She experienced so much abuse, and it's just really intense and sad. I've been kind of going slowly through it, and this morning when I first woke up, what I've been doing lately for my Korean learning routine is I've been practicing Korean for like 30 minutes every morning. And so this morning I was practicing 저는 침대에서 일어나요. I get out of bed. I'm trying to learn the words around the house so that I can just speak them very confidently and fluently. It's been going really well. I'm trying to learn to like think in Korean, which is a really good way to get things to stick when you're learning a new language. Oh, and I was also going to tell you, yesterday I ordered a book. It's a history book, and I'm hoping that next weekend I will get that book and be able to show you guys. I'm hoping I can do more like weekly updates again like I used to about my reading. More casual, not like full of book reviews and stuff, but just kind of chatting and telling you guys what I've been doing. So this is really what I've been doing, and I've been reading A Hero Born by Jin Yong, which I'm like 17% into. A Chinese translated classic fantasy from like I think the 50s, and I'm enjoying it so far. If you're a really sensitive to the roles of females in books, it could be somewhat offensive, but I'm just like here for the experience. I just kind of want to learn a little bit about what the Wuxia genre is like, and this is a classic of the Wuxia genre. So yeah, I'm gonna keep going with it. It's like for a translated literature book club. The other thing that I've been working on is the Count of Monte Cristo. So today, after Bible study, after I walk, after I do some dishes, which I will probably listen to The Girl with Seven Names while I'm doing the dishes, I will either read A Hero Born or Significantly Further in The Count of Monte Cristo. So those are my plans. They're both really easy reading, so I do not anticipate any problems. Or maybe like a story translated from Korean. We'll see what I feel like. So I have kind of like 3 or 4 options. We'll see what happens, and I'll talk to you guys soon.
Your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Wouldn't that be nice? Give us today our daily bread, and forgive us of our debts.
Hello. I've got my lunch here. It's like an egg, potato, cheese bake. I'm trying to eat low FODMAP right now for one of my health things. And so I've got some grapes, cucumber, and a mushroom. I've been reading A Hero Born. I haven't made it too much further yet because we also watched church and got a call from Kevin's parents. Kevin's dad just had surgery on his hand. So we're gonna head over there, and Kevin's gonna help move some furniture. And I'm just gonna go along because I just love them. So I won't have as much time to read as I was thinking. So gonna get to it. We're gonna be there around 3. So I have a couple hours to read. There's gonna be a live show at 1 for a Christian nonfiction book that Tiffany and Krista from Books and Jams are doing a read along of, along with some other people. But I haven't continued on with the book, so I might not go. I just thought the book was kind of plain, to be honest. The writing style is very plain, and it's not like I've learned anything, and I got like 1 quote that I liked from the introduction and first 2 chapters. So it's just, I'm so spoiled by C.S. Lewis. And I'm more interested in reading like ancient Christian thought, which I know Tiffany normally is too, but she's really enjoying this one, so I'm glad she's enjoying it. I loved reading Mere Christianity with that group, so I wanted to continue, but I have a lot of things going on this month, so. And I want some downtime, so we're gonna read A Hero Born while I eat some lunch. That's probably what I'm gonna work on for the rest of the day, would be my guess. So we'll see what happens, and I'll let you know in the evening how much further I got. You know what? I've been reading this book, A Hero Born, and it's mostly about like kung fu and kung fu magic. And like, for instance, I just read the line, "Let us first drink, then we fight." And it's like everybody, instead of just talking things out, fights all the time, which is like, I don't know. I guess it could be really entertaining if you really enjoy reading about kung fu fighting. So far, like, it's not that it's uninteresting to me, it's just that I really don't care about fight scenes. So I'm really getting the sense that this is probably not going to be a book that I really enjoy. I want to give it more of a chance and see if like the plot goes somewhere that I could love, but I just think that like for most people who are really enjoying the wuxia genre, they would be like, yes, this kung fu fighting description, it's so exciting and I love it. And for me, it's not like a treat. It's like let's get through it and get to the good stuff. I really hate that I'm already DNFing at like 18% in, but that is my mood right now. If I'm not really thinking this is gonna be a 5-star hit it out of the park type of book, then I just kind of quit. So yeah, I think I'm gonna DNF this one. Is this my first DNF of the month? If it is, that's pretty good. I think it's like June 12th. So only having one book that I've DNF'd this month is not bad, considering I DNF'd like 5 or 6 last month. So I'm gonna go back to the Count of Monte Cristo, which I am enjoying. It's like a story of revenge. I'm 13% into that. I need to be like, I think it's like 20% by next Saturday. So I have like 6 days. So this is probably a good idea anyway, switching to this. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I just realized that actually if I'm also DNFing Gentle and Lowly, then I have DNF'd 2 things this month. Oh well.
Hey, Mom. What?
Say hello.
Look.
Go like this.
Look over
Turn.
at Christy.
Look at Christy and go like this.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello. It is now 6:25 p.m. and I've read like 2 or 3% more of the Count of Monte Cristo, and it's very good. We ended up staying for several hours and we had some dinner. We had taco salad and we're off to go get some ice cream or something for dessert right now. And our grandma was there. That's the clip that you saw. Grandma is 100 years old. We just went to her 100th birthday party a couple weeks ago. We're gonna head home and I'm gonna read, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
So long, cowboy. Happy dreams. Brother, take care of her, girls.
Those are pretty hardy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, this tomato is just getting so big. And Mom pointed out
chard, too.
the
Your little
babies.
chard's looking good.
I know, I'm living on the Swiss chard. It's so
yeah.
yummy.
I'm glad.
The Swiss chard. Hey, okay, it is the next day, June 13th. So, wanted to update you on what I read, show you a little bit of stuff that I got at the library for a book haul, and yeah, just tell you what I've read so far in this month. So at the library, I've been waiting for Korean American by Eric Kim, one of my Instagram friends. She recommends this book like so much that I just had to try it, and I had to wait for so long. Like I've probably been waiting for like 2 months to get this book, so very exciting. I also got Hannah Quilter by Wendell, which I've been meaning to read for a long time. I also got The Queens of Innislayer, which you saw that I started last night, and it's very dark so far. It's very reminiscent of Maggie Stiefvater, and I know that she, Tessa Lear, and the author were writing partners for a very long time. I don't know if they still are, but they rubbed off on each other for sure, or they were just very similar from the start. I don't know. I also got Sailor Moon Volume 2 because it's nice to just have a manga to read sometimes if I'm really sleepy, but I don't want to watch TV. And I also got Fruits Basket Volume 5, which this is like a super special edition. I've never seen these before, so it's kind of exciting. Haru! That's it as far as the book haul, although I'm constantly getting like ebooks and audiobooks too. So we'll see where I end up with all those eventually, but I finished Shadow and Claw this month so far. Shadow of the Torturer is the first volume, and then the second volume is The Claw of the Conciliator, which I have started, and I'm reading this with Noah from Everyone Hears It Must Converse, and Tom from LA Books, and a bunch of really cool people. We have like a Voxer going, and it's so amazing reading this with them. They're like the best possible readers that you can imagine, reading such an Easter eggs type series as that, because it's set on Earth, but it's so far future that it's like a fantasy world, but it's also science fiction. It's just so fun to read it with a group because everybody picks up different things. And I've read 2 short stories from A Bad Business so far for the read-along, which I feel bad about the announcement video. I was doing badly at the time health-wise and I couldn't do a better video, but this is great. If you haven't started this or you're interested in starting reading Dostoevsky, please read this with us. It's so good so far. The first 2 stories have been so perfect, so funny, so entertaining. These quotes on the back are so exactly right. An inspired entertainer with his own hectic style of comedy, and nasty, violent, ironic, caustic, and at times extremely funny. That's exactly right. Oh, I've been reading Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell at bedtime too sometimes. A lot of times I'm listening to that one though. It's great on audiobook. And I'm reading The Korean War by Bruce Cummings, kind of alongside all of my other Korean literature, because I just don't understand the Korean War very well at all. But my grandpa fought in it, and I want to understand it better. And I think war history would really interest me if I got into it. So I'm excited about that. That's mainly what I've been reading so far. And 3 chapters of this with 3 chapter summaries. And one of these stories. And Appointment with Death by Agatha Christie. And All Creatures Great and Small by James Herriot. I also started A Canadian Heroine last night by Mrs. Harry Coghill for Kate Howe's Patreon. But that's like next weekend, the Zoom thing is, so who knows if I will really get a chance to finish it. But I like the very first couple pages. It's descriptive and pretty and basically, so I haven't quite finished the Count of Monte Cristo section because I decided to start The Queens of Innis Lear, which has just been on my list for so long. I just really felt like this was the time to try it because I'm really in the mood for fantasy. But I got to 19% of the Count of Monte Cristo, so I'm very close. But yeah, so it was a very successful day of reading yesterday, and I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. Let me know down below what you think of these books, what you think of the vlog, whatever you want to talk about. So thank you so much for your comments. I really appreciate you guys. And yeah, hopefully I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.